Welcome back. A woman injured when she fell out of her hunting tree stand is getting help healing from her twin sister in a way that no one would have ever imagined. A way that Heidi Wigdahl reports is turning their spiritual bond into a physical one.
Just getting air bubbles out of my clay, and then it's ready.
In life, we are drawn to passions for a reason. For Chloe Nelson,
I would say it's just kind of really therapeutic.
pottery is a connection to a part of her no longer physically here.
Faith made me the angel. She used to be on the wheel all the time.
Mom Karen Nelson and Chloe
She would just spend hours on the wheel.
are referring to Faith.
Faith was an avid potter.
Lots of fun stuff that she made. Pretty unique with all the trees because she loved nature.
She would have done big things with pottery.
Big things, if not for New Year's 2023.
She was celebrating New Year's with some friends, and her and one other person went on a snowmobile, and they were in an accident, and neither of them survived.
Yep, January 1st. Those are always hard days. You really can't believe it because we already had lost one child.
The family's oldest daughter, Maddie, died in 2016 at the age of 18 from cancer.
Faith and Maddie were so much alike.
Less than 7 years later, Faith died at the age of 21.
She was very sarcastic. She was older than me by 11 minutes, and she always quoted that that was the best 11 minutes of her life.
11 minutes apart, made up in the years that followed.
The twin connection, that's something that's strong, and I think only twins understand it.
But few twins have Faith and Chloe's connection after what happened in 2024.
My boyfriend Luke and I, both of us are very avid hunters.
While hunting, their harnesses failed. From a tree, they fell more than 20 feet.
I tried standing up, and instantly I had a lot of pain in my lower right leg.
We call this a pilon fracture. The joint surface of the tibia gets kind of crunched up.
Dr. Joe Bellamy with Allina Health Orthopedics says Chloe needed surgery.
And there are multiple little fracture lines. There's like a void there, and you have to pack it with something.
That's something, donor bone.
Most people don't think about bone as being something that gets donated, but it's used every day.
The moment that he said donor bone, my mind just immediately went to, of course, Faith.
Faith, who had helped people all across the country as an organ donor. Now, there was a chance to help her twin sister.
I was like, there's no way. There's no way that's going to happen. Never thought it would happen.
But their mom started making calls, tracking Faith's bone to Florida.
My mom had gotten a call from Evergen stating that there was one bag of bone chips left, and it was the exact type of allograft that I needed. They basically told me that I was getting Faith's bone, and that I won't forget.
So it's the first time I've ever had somebody request that or even have to do that.
Dr. Bellamy used the dried bone to pack in the void.
The body basically fills that in with your own bone.
Down in here is where Faith's bone is. I don't think a lot of people get to experience that feeling I felt. Our birthday was just about a week after my surgery, and so it felt like a birthday gift. I know that Faith would say that my leg is only healed because of her bone.
A physical piece of Faith
Faith made it look easy. You're making it look easy.
is now helping Chloe heal.
I think it's just another way of me carrying her with wherever I go.
In Cambridge, Heidi Wigdahl, KARE 11 News.
My goodness, has that family gone through so much. This is a picture right now of a fundraiser. This is the second annual Walk by Faith Gala, and it's happening January 31st at the Union Depot in St. Paul. The gala celebrates and honors the life of Faith. Funds raised will benefit the Maddie Nelson Memorial Foundation, supporting 3 organizations, Camp Norden, Hope Kids, and the last one, Life Source, to highlight organ donation. On a cold night like last night and this morning, homeless shelters, they fill up fast. That includes places for vulnerable young adults who are working to turn their lives around. The Hope Street Shelter in Minneapolis is just one of the many that deal with this challenge this time of year. Sammy Salina has more.
You're such a good boy.
That warm, fuzzy feeling
Yeah. Hi.
is certainly treasured this time of year.
Legs out.
For 21-year-old M. Lucier, she only recently started feeling this kind of peace.
So how long have you been at Hope Street?
Almost 2 months.
She's been staying at this Catholic Charities emergency homeless shelter, the largest in the state for young adults 18 to 24.
Even just having a safe place to be, you don't realize how much it relaxes you.
Oh, that's a good boy.
Today, they're getting a visit from North Star Therapy Animals.
You know, dogs don't judge you. They don't care about your life situation.
There's also resources for jobs, housing, and counseling services.
We are always full, so Hope Street has 30 beds, and we never have a bed open.
Hannah Fernald is the program director at Hope Street.
Many youth, again, are just coming out of situations that have been extremely stressful and or coming out of a foster situation.
Their goal is to stabilize their lives before helping them find housing. But there's uncertainty in funding that could help people like Ed.
The HUD funding is really something that will either have more opportunity to house, or it's going to really shrink the availability.
Recently, the Trump administration proposed a deep cut to permanent supportive housing. 4,000 people in Minnesota alone will lose housing. That's according to the National Alliance to End Homelessness.
Is going to affect both the people who are living in our housing, but also the people who are being assisted through our shelter and transition programs to get them to stability.
Jamie Verbrugge, president and CEO of Catholic Charities, says this has been just one piece of a Jenga block tower that adds to the uncertainty of lives for people like M, who have already had to navigate a scare with SNAP and cuts in other social services.
Did treatment before here, and I've been here for almost 2 months. Things are starting to shape up. I've got plans.
She spent years couch surfing to escape an unstable home life.
Actually, I got a housing referral this week, so I'm going to tour the apartment I'm going to be getting later today. But I wouldn't have been able to do that without staying here for a while.
But finally,
Hi.
she has that warm feeling.
There's some ear scratches. Do you like those?
Once again.
Sammy Selena reporting there. Catholic Charities will have their annual Giving Tree fundraiser. It's at the Mall of America, where you can stop by. You can pick up a shopping list for those in need. Stick with us. We got more news and weather coming up after the break.